Today in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys the top 5 best center builds on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. And when I mean centers, I mean it because no build on this video will be below 7 feet tall. This is going to be a really long video, so we're going to have timestamps and chapters so you guys can keep track of everything. Every single build I have used in this video, I would not recommend a build to y'all that I have not used. But with all of that out of the way, let's get into it. All right, so the first build that we're going to be doing is our 7'3" post scoring sharpshooter. And again, all of these builds are not in any specific order. They are all really good builds, and I would not rank one over the other. They have their strengths and their weaknesses. Starting with this build, height 7'3", wingspan we're going to go with 7'3" as well, and the weight we're going to increase just enough to get 99 rebounding, which will put us at a weight of 264 pounds. This is a really important thing to get because having Hall of Fame rebound chaser is going to be necessary, especially since you're using a build with a minimum wingspan. When it comes to making the build, you're going to want to max out the close shot all the way to a 99, and you're going to want to max out the post control all the way to a 99. Normally, this is not something that people would do. However, since you're going to be 7'3" on this build, there are not going to be many centers that are going to be able to contest your shots. So I think the only really things you need to max out on finishing are your close shot and your post control. No reason to have a driving layup, no reason to have a driving dunk, and standing dunk, you can't get the big man contact dunks at this height with the amount of weight you're putting on the build. So that's why we went with what we have. Max out your mid-range, max out your three-pointer. It's a stretch big, basically. Pass accuracy, we're gonna put up to an 85 to get the gold bullet passer. Ball handle to a 50 to get bronze unpluckable. Max out the stamina, put the strength to at least a 86, max out the vertical. And then when it comes to the physicals, increase the speed only. Acceleration is only a on-ball statistic. It does not affect your off-ball speed at all. That is purely just the speed statistic. Defensive rebound put to a 99 to get you Hall of Fame rebound chaser. Block goes to a 98 to get you Hall of Fame rim protector at a cheaper badge cost. Interior defense to an 88 to get you gold brick wall. And then here, when you get to this point of the build, you can kind of do whatever you want, but this is going to be it for the first build. It's a really fantastic build. It's 7'3". You get sharpshooting takeover, you get glass cleaning takeover, you get post scoring takeover, and you get the build name facilitating 3-level 2-way. And now let's get to the next build. All right, so in order to make the next build, I'm going to have to teach you guys how to make a glitch build. This is a very simple process. Switch your units of measurement from imperial to metric system. And the important thing is that every single build that we make after this will be using this one glitch. So as long as you do it one time, you can make every single build that I will show you after this point by using this glitch and making some minor adjustments as I will explain along the way. So height, you're going to want to go with 2.17 meters. You're going to want to almost max out the wingspan, go to 2.41 meters. This still gets you an 80 mid-range, so you can get Hall of Fame sniper. And you're going to want to minimize the weight, and this is how we're going to make the build. This is a glitch 7'2" center that gets slashing takeover. And this build is fantastic because you can get elite contact dunks once the takeover is activated. You have to make it in a very specific way. You have to max out your close shot, driving layup, driving dunk, and standing dunk. You cannot put any attributes onto your post control or else you will get post takeover. And obviously that is a good takeover to have. However, we want the slashing takeover on this build. Shooting, increase your mid-range to an 80 to get the Hall of Fame sniper. 3-point shot to a 74, max it out. Free throw to at least a 70. Pass accuracy to an 85 to get you gold bullet passer. Ball handle to a 50 to get bronze unpluckable. When it comes to the physicals, increase your stamina to at least a 95. Vertical to at least a 75 to get you the big man contact dunks. Strength, max it out. Speed, max out on this build. And if you want, you can max out acceleration on this build. Defensive rebound to a 91 to get you gold rebound chaser. Block to a 98, as I explained in the previous segment. You're going to want to get that Hall of Fame rim protector. Again, the other thing that you cannot do is you cannot put interior defense on this build. So we're going to put the perimeter defense up to a 60 to get us Hall of Fame hustler, and the steal up to a 60 to get a silver interceptor. And once you get to this point in the build, you can pretty much do whatever you want to finalize the build. I recommend probably maxing out your acceleration because this is a build that you can actually move pretty quickly with the ball in your hand, since slashing take also increases your acceleration and your speed with ball. So that will be something you want to take advantage of on this build. But now, when the build is completely done, you can get slashing takeover, you can get sharpshooting takeover, playmaking takeover, and you can also get glass cleaning takeover on this build. And the build name that you get is glass cleaning facilitator. And now let's move on to the next build. So once you're done making that build, now you can switch over to the settings and you can switch your units of measurement back from metric to imperial. And now I'm going to teach you guys how to make the third build, which is a 7'3" paint beast that gets sharpshooting takeover and silver limitless takeoff. A normal 7'3" build cannot get silver limitless takeoff. It can only get a 73 driving dunk. However, this glitch 7'3" can get a 74 driving dunk. And all you have to do to make the build is take that glitch 7'2" build that we just made and increase the height to 7'3" when you edit the build. When it comes to making the build, you're going to want to max out your close shot to a 93. This gets you all of the major close shot badges. Driving layup to a 70 to get you the long athlete layup package. Driving dunk to a 74 to get you silver limitless takeoff. Standing dunk to a 90 to get you gold posterizer. 85 post control to get you all of the major post scoring badges. Mid-range to a 75 to get you silver difficult shots. Do not sleep on the mid-range step backs, as you guys know on this channel. That is one of my favorite moves to do on these bigs. It creates a lot of space, and it's a very good move to go to get some buckets. Three-pointer, max that out as well. Free throw to at least an 80. Pass accuracy to 85 to get you gold bullet passer. And then when it comes to the defense, increase your interior defense to an 88. Perimeter defense to a 50 to get you gold hustler. 60 steal to get you silver interceptor. Block to a 98 to get you Hall of Fame rim protector at a cheaper price. Offensive rebound to a 92. Defensive rebound to a 94. Stamina to a 95. Vertical to a 69. Nice. Speed, max out. Strength, max out. Acceleration, kind of leave it where it is, as we explained on the previous build. And this build gets sharp shooting takeover, and it also gets the build name of Paint Beast. This is one of my favorite builds. It's such a catfish build, but then it also still just plays like a paint beast, which is really awesome. But now let's get to the next build. All right, for this next build, we're going to be making a glitch 7-foot build that gets a 70 ball control. And again, we're using the exact previous build that we used to make this build, the glitch 7-2, and right now it's the 7'3" paint beast, but you can still drop it to the height of 7 feet and still make the glitch 7-footer. Again, once you do this glitch once, you can interchange this and make multiple different builds on one save profile. So right here, body settings, put the height to 7 foot, weight, minimize, and wingspan you're going to want to put to 7'3". This is the highest wingspan you can go while still getting a 70 ball control, which will allow you to unlock specific pro dribble moves on this build. You could also go with the wingspan of 7'2". I think personally that is a better wingspan to go with, so that's what we're going to go with in this build. And now let's get into the build. All right, so when it comes to making this build, you're going to want to increase your close shot to an 84. This is a decent sweet spot to have the close shot to make sure you still get good close shots to go in and make sure you don't miss any buckets. Right here, driving dunk to a 74, driving layup to a 70. This build is going to be a little bit more of a template that you can kind of figure out as how you want to make it, but the standards thing that you are going to need is the high three-pointer and the maxed out ball handle, so you can get the 70 ball handle. But again, here you're gonna want to max out the mid-range, max out the three-pointer, max out the max out the free throw. That's how I would make this build. Put the pass accuracy to at least a 71 to get you that gold break starter. Ball handle to a 70 or 71 to get you silver tight handles, which would be something interesting to have on this build. Speed with ball to a 57 or at least a 50 to get you bronze quick first step. Then when it comes to the physicals, vertical at least a 75, stamina a 95. You understand how this video's gone so far. Acceleration, you're actually going to want to max it out because again, this build you're going to be handling the ball with. You're going to have bronze quick first step. You're going to be able to dribble, so you want to max that out. Defense, max out your defensive rebound, put your block to at least an 88, interior defense to at least an 88, and then your perimeter defense and your steal to both 60s. I think you guys understand how I make my builds at this point. These are the stats that I try to go for on every single build because they're good thresholds to meet on defense to make sure you get a good set of badges, which include hustler, brick wall, rebound chaser, and rim protector. Okay, I think we understand that by this point, and this is the final template for this build, and you can make it however you want from the rest of the way from here on out. And this is going to be the glitch 7-foot center that gets a 70 ball handle that you can ISO and dribble with, which is a super fun build to use on this game. But now let's get into the final build. All right, so this final build is going to be very similar to the 7'3" build that I made earlier in this video. It is going to be the glitch 7'2" sharpshooter. Okay, this is very similar again to the 7'3" build. You're gonna go minimum wingspan and increase the weight just enough to get Hall of Fame rebound chaser, which is a 99 rebound at the weight of 267 pounds. Now this build is a little bit different though because this one can get some of the big man contact dunk animations. Not all of them. It can get the pro contact dunk animations, the pro big man contact dunk animations. However, it cannot get the elite big man contact dunk animations because that requires a 75 vertical. However, this build will have a 66 vertical, which you only need a 65 to get the pro big man contact dunks. However, I still think it's really good to have on this build. Being able to get contact dunks on a stretch big that's 7'2", has high post control, and I'm not really explaining the details too much when it comes to this build. You can see it on the screen. It's a very simple process, and again, you're going to be meeting a lot of the thresholds on this build as you have done with previous builds at this point in this build tutorial. So I don't think I have to explain this much further. You can kind of see the whole process that's going on right now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe and all that BS, blah, 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 blah. If there's any recommendations that you guys have for specific videos that you guys want me to do, let me know. Maybe I'll do a video where I use every single one of the builds that I've shown in this video. I would have to grind out this glitch 7'2". I haven't really I can't even speak. I haven't really grinded this build out too much. However, I do think that this build is still going to be fantastic. It's going to be very similar to the 7'3" post scoring sharpshooter in a lot of ways, except this one can get big man contact dunks. And right here, here's the final template for the build. Anything past this point, it's going to be pretty difficult to increase. You can increase your offensive rebound, however, you're a stretch big. It's going to be hard going for those offensive rebounds in the first place, so maybe just increase your strength, add a little bit more to your free throw, and this is the final template for this build. Take a screenshot if you want to, and you're going to be getting the name, two-way, 3-level scorer on this build. That's going to be the final build for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe, because clearly you're 11 minutes into this video. You might as well sub, okay? See you later.